Welcome to Changfied YouTube channel, your trusted source for latest updates across South Sudan and beyond. Today we bring you very serious and painful news from South Sudan. These are not just headlines. These are real life, real families, real suffering. In today's report, we'll talk about villagers in Ayod were called for food registration, but instead they were killed by the SSPDF. Second, we'll talk about the government of South Sudan is facing a massive $1.05 billion court case. And finally, we'll talk about Eastern Equatoria. In Eastern Equatoria, a health worker was shot dead while returning home from work. These stories show the deep challenges facing South Sudan right now. Stay with us as we break everything down in simple ways. Before we start this report, I would like you to tap the channel by subscribing and turn on the notification bell, so whenever we upload a new video, you can be notified. Let's begin our report with Aayut massacre. What happened in Pankor village? According to the report, on Saturday morning in Pankor village in Ayod County, Jonglei State, something terrible happened. According to witnesses, soldiers arrived in pickup truck. They used a loudspeaker to call villagers out of their home. They told people to gather for registration for humanitarian food, and people believed them. Mothers, fathers, children. They gathered in one place expecting help from the SSPDF. But instead of food, gunfire started. Eyewitnesses said at least 22 ordinary civilians were killed. Some say the number may be higher than 22. So who were the victims? According to the report, a church leader named James Scott said the people killed were members of his church. He stated that 17 women, 3 men, 2 children were killed. He said he personally attended their burial. Imagine that. A pastor burying almost his entire congregation. This is not just a statistics. These were mothers, daughters, fathers, and small children. According to witnesses, the villagers were not army. They were not fighting. They came because they were told there would be food registration from NGOs. Bishop Thomas from the Episcopal Church in Ayod confirmed the story. He stated that the people did not know they were being trapped. Some reports say the soldier tied the hand of several men before opening fire. Well, photos shared with media show bodies with hands tied behind their back. This is why witnesses are calling it a massacre. Who is being blamed? The attackers are believed to be members of the Agwelin militia under General Johnson Ulun, the leader of the Agwelin militia. This army group operates alongside the South Sudan People Defense Forces, known as the SSPDF. However, officials say these soldiers left their barrack at night without the knowledge of their commander. 9 soldiers have reportedly been arrested, including a deputy commander. Authorities said investigations are ongoing. During questioning, some soldiers reportedly said the attack was revenge. They claimed that in 2022, their family members were killed in fighting in Upper Nile State. One soldier said he survived that earlier violence and wanted revenge. But here is the question. Can revenge justify killing women and children? Most people would say no. There is a disagreement about how many people were killed. Witnesses and opposition group said 22 to 25. The county commissioner said 16 were confirmed dead. But whether it is 16 or 25, the loss of innocent life remains a tragedy. Human rights activists strongly condemn the killing. They describe it a brutal and serious violation of human rights. They say civilians were looking for food assistance, not conflict. Ayod County remains a tense area. The United Nations estimate that around 280,000 people have been displaced in resentment due to ongoing conflict in the region. This massacre comes at a time when many communities are already suffering from displacement, anger, and insecurity. So when people heard about food aid registration, they trusted it. That trust was broken. Let me ask you something. If people can no longer trust call for food aid, what happens next? How will civilians feel served? Write your thought in the comment section. Let's move on to another serious report. The 1.05 billion US dollar court case. Now we move to another major issues affecting South Sudan. This time it is not about bullet. It is about money, a lot of money. The government of South Sudan agreed to pay 1.05 billion US dollar to South Sudan Supreme Airline Ltd. But according to reports, the government has not paid. Now the case is returning to court. Where is the case? The case is at the East African Court of Justice in Arusha, in Tanzania. The airline company had previously sued the government of South Sudan. Last year, both sides agreed to settle the matter outside court. The government promised to pay the money in 24 months payment. That would be around 43 million each month. But no payment were made. Several officials reportedly warned the Minister of Finance to follow the agreement. The Minister of Justice also urged action. Even the Vice President reportedly told the Finance Minister to resolve the issue. Still nothing happened. Now the case is scheduled again for March 10, 2026. So, why this matter? This case is important for several reasons. Number one, it affects the country's reputation internationally. Second, it may lead to financial penalties. Third, it shows challenges in South Sudan government financial management. When agreements are signed, they must be respected. If not, trust is lost. And when trust is lost, investors become afraid to invest. So what happened next? A team of lawyers is preparing to represent the airline company. The court will review the matter again. If the court rules against the government of South Sudan could face serious financial consequences. So with economic hardship already affecting citizens in South Sudan, what does a 1 billion legal battle mean for ordinary people? Think about it. Let's move on to another sad story. LG worker killed in Equatorial. Now we move to Eastern Equatorial State, another life loss, this time a LG worker. The person that was killed, his name was Lokotel Luka. He worked as a nutrition assistant at Nokoringole Primary LG Care Unit. On Sunday evening, around 5 p.m., he was returning home along the Lotome Bira Road. At a place known locally as Kampala Corner, he was ambushed and shot. Officials say this was not the first time he faced danger. Just 1 week earlier, he survived another attack. During that incident, his son was injured by gunfire. This time, he did not survive. Well, this person, he was married, he had children, his family is devastated. LZ officials said his death leave a gap in medical services. In rural area, one LZ worker served many people. When one is killed, an entire community suffer. Officials say they are working to identify those responsible, but many citizens are asking how many more LZ workers must die. Well, if you are new here to Changfied YouTube channel, I would like you to help the channel by subscribing and turn on the notification bell so that when we upload a new video, you can be notified. Thank you for watching and bye-bye.